what we're gonna do is we're gonna take a look at this poem, and I want you just looking at it. We've read lots of poems so far, and I've read them aloud. We've read them as a class. What are some things you see in these poems that are some of the features that the other poems we read have? What's just looking at it? Can you see some things? Remember what those are called? Check the anchor chart at the front. Starts with a D.
Dashes.
Yeah, it has dashes. So it has. Remember, we said poetry has lots of different punctuation. So it's got some dashes. What other punctuation do you see here?
Comma.
Where's a comma? So we've got a comma there. Okay. What else? What
Period.
other? We've got a period. Okay.
Period right here.
And we got a period down there. Now I'm wondering, what else do you see? Do you?
Uppercase letter.
Oh, yeah, so we see some fancy font that show capitals.
And you can do 3 dot.
And remember, there's a fancy name that's called an ellipse when there's 3
Ellipse.
periods like that. So it's like you're thinking. So read, and then it's pause, think,
Read,
dream.
think, dream. Read,
Now,
think, dream.
I'm wondering too, if I look, do you see a pattern anywhere in this poem? Remember where we talked about poetry often has patterns?
Yeah.
What's one of the patterns?
That one's hanging, like that one's bigger, that one's short. That one's big, that one's short.
So we
That
have
one's big,
the,
that one's short.
and by big and short, do you mean this one starts here, and then this one has an indent? This one starts here, and then this one has an
Like,
indent?
so this one is pushed out, this one is pushed in, pushed out, pushed in, pushed out, pushed in.
That is
pushed
another
out, pushed
pattern.
in.
Now, I'm wondering too, do we see lots of use of space?
Yeah, right here, here. But maybe they should make their spaces a little bit more bigger.
Maybe. And then yesterday, do you remember when we were lifting the text or lifting the poems yesterday from the text? What were we working on? We were working on our word. Do you remember that word?
Word census.
Well,
Word poetry.
our word economy, right? What does word economy mean again? Do you remember what that meant? We were trying to find the just
Right amount of words.
yeah, the just right amount of words. So when we look at this poem, do they use a lot of words? Like, do you see long sentences here?
No, because they put some here and some here. Like
So they use their spacing to show some good words. Now, here's what we're going to do. You're going to read the first half of the poem, and then you can read the second half, okay? And then after, we're going to talk about it, okay? So
And then after, when we get really good at it, can we show it to the winter class?
maybe. So, okay, so you ready? Can you start?
Read, think, dream. Book me a passage to history, back to someone on a time. Sail me into a childhood tale. Read me a river boat. Read me.
Rhyme. That one's a tricky one, okay?
Ride me away. Ride me the wave. Waves of the story. Settle me down by a brook.
Yeah. Dream.
Dream me a land.
Yeah, land.
Land only dreamed of. Book me a
Voyage. That one's a tricky one.
by book.
Okay.
I can see some more patterns.
You do see, what are some other patterns you saw?
Because there's books here.
Mm-hmm.
Like that is actually repeating. There is
So you see the repetition of words. Now,
book here and a book here and me.
So I have a question for you. What do you think this poem is about?
Books.
What makes you think it's about books?
Because it keeps saying books. Book me a passage to him.
So, and what do you think it's saying? Like a passage to history or book me a voyage. What do you think?
Right, book.
What do you think the message of the book is? Even if we look at the pictures, what do you see? What do the boats look like?
They look like books.
So, what do you think the author's trying to say here?
Read books
Why would you want to read books?
because they help you read. And we're reading a book.
Well, we're reading, but then what do you think is so cool about the books? Remember when we talked about our writing and we said we wanted to make a mental movie for the reader? Why do we want to make a mental movie for the reader? What was our goal behind that? Because
To hook the reader, and because to be a better writer.
well, it helps us be better. But remember, you said it right when you were trying to hook the reader. We want to make it exciting, and when you read a book,
Book me a
oftentimes,
passage to history.
well, that's the thing, is you can be a part of the book. If it's a really good book, you can maybe make a connection to the character, or you can start to daydream about those cool things. So this is about all these cool things, because look, it says read, and then you think about what's happening, and then maybe it makes you daydream. Maybe it makes you dream of going somewhere in the book.